Hello, everyone. Sometimes you don't get too much more preparation than you can. This took a little, kind of limited my abilities to do certain things, and I kind of trying to get practice done, which will probably be the best one anyone does. So I am a witness, product of what we would call the new trend. Actually, something old. A lot of people went away from religion, and they're trying to get into new awakening going on with science and stuff, which is good. Starting to understand how things work in cosmos, which is a good thing. It makes it more believable because you have more evidence talking about. Really, is the past written down. Pray for what you want. Manifest what you want. Prayer. But the thing is, you want to manifest. You want to get something. Something to happen. Positive. You ask. Pray. If you ask, you don't get it. So there's a lot of complexity into it if you want to get into it, but they try to make it simple. Just pray for it, press the I believe button, and just keep going. People are smarter than their own good is should allow for. Because sometimes smart doesn't mean knowledge, experience, and wisdom. Uh, and you assume stuff that ask out of you need. Yeah, so that's cool. So we have this thing about changing timeline, different timeline, quantum. We all exist, these multi universes and stuff, which is kind of believable and it's kind of true. Um, if you have the capacity to kind of put it all into kind of reasonable perspective. Uh, so the secret is, if you want to know what the secret, because I've done it. Um, so the first thing, really, like this, I kind of wrote it down, um, and I just wrote it down on what I had. And actually, this is my medical how to keep foot okay. 'Cause I recently broke my ankle, and from that, there's a lot of changes that happened. I was on the path to doing one thing. Now, because of this incident, I didn't want in my timeline happen. And now, because of break, I have blood clot. The blood clot is severe condition because it could be fatal at any time, no matter what I do. Blood thinners, taking it. You're rolling the dice now. Might as well try to put this out as is, because it's never perfect, and all that stuff. And it's gonna take as long as it takes. And I wrote this down. I actually put it on a treatise type deal. A thought, scientific, well thought out. How to put all of this together because it made sense to me at the time. You get the poof. What am I doing here? So the best way I can describe that how I was able to manifest, change my time, put prayer into action. Um, when I'm trying to make improvements and better and change my timeline, quantum and reality. Um, the first thing is true. Um, you got to be honest with yourself and get your inventory. Where are you now? And it's ugly. It's always ugly. Even your best billionaires with all their money, if they take a look at themselves right now, they're gonna be scared because they're in a scary place. They're always in a scary place. Um, But you can get comfortable with that. Just go with what you know, and you don't let the fear and the um all your setbacks, drawbacks. Don't want to be too negative. I mean, they're just things that are conditions that you can have some control over. Um, how you react to it, basically. That's the key second. So you gotta calm down. Internal. It comes from the inside of you. You kind of relax your inner energy. People call it chi, whatever you want to call it. It exists. We're batteries. Um, we don't produce electricity like electricity, but we do produce a force, life force, because we have it. So you have to calm it down because sometimes we have anxiety. Anxiety is just your energy running amok, going loose, and not controlling yourself. But you can. You just have to practice. Um, Second part, really. After you make your inventory, you calm yourself down, you breathe, you say like, all right, like a meditate. Takes time, not drugs. And then, all right, you did your inventory. Okay, this is my life is this and that. Not that it's messed up. It's just this is where you're at. Make a list of kind of where you want to be at, what you want out of life, what you wish for, um, and just go for broke. There's nothing you can't put down. There's gonna be wild things, and there's gonna be stuff that's like, you know what, what's really what I want to focus. And this is where you want to get it to where you make it easy for you. Talk about do your passions. If you listen to some of that stuff that's out there, um, go over what excites you and you never have to work again. You always want to go do it. If you can make money doing that, it's even better. It's not always about making money, but self fulfillment. Sometimes what you do for money and what self fulfillment are not the same thing. So, you understand what I'm saying? Money is not always um, what you're gonna change your timeline to. If you improve your timeline, your reality, your manifestation to what you want, the other stuff kind of comes with. So, um, so you basically have to pick kind of like where you're supposed to be, like your natural state, like what is this thing that kind of motivates? Because that's key to help you get to from point A to point. And a lot of these things are really basically you're identifying your current habits. Because your current habits are helping you put you in the reality timeline, fair state, that you're in. A lot of it is. It is. And that's if you can understand that, and if you can be okay with that, if you can put the truth into that, it's like, yeah, you're the master of your own place where you're at. It's my fault. You got to be able to say that hey, I'm where I'm at because it's my doing, whether I'm successful or not. And even when you're successful to somebody else, you're still kind of like self-evaluating, and you may still not be where you want to be in your reality. See, movie stars spiraling downhill. It happens to all these rich people, but they have nothing to worry about. They have all this money. Their reality to them isn't what they want to be. Their timeline, their prayer, whatever you want to call it. They're not where they're not at their best place. So we have control over that by how we interact with our reality now. Because it's always the now. It's not tomorrow. And it's not yesterday. Yesterday is gone. It's always something that's going on present. Your opportunities happen now. If you listen to what's going on in where you're at, your own gut and feelings, act on them now. And then you like people are like, well, why you got to do that now? Because now is the time. It's not their time. It's not somebody else's time. It's all about you and your time and how you use it and then what you do. So those habits that you're going to try to develop in small little increments is how you get there. It's your habits, what you make your habits, what you do grow, what you practice. Some people have natural abilities because it's their downhill. If you take an athlete that's good at something, they still have to practice to a certain crazy level to be the 0.1% whatever, to be the best of the best of the best. Because the best of anything, there's thousands of them just like you that can probably, that can wipe the floor with you. But you're still 99.99998 something better than everybody else. But there's still somebody better. And that's why you practice to get to that next level. And then you got to get into your observer mode where you're kind of observing. You observe your daily habits and your daily routines, and you're like, you know what? The reason why I'm probably not getting this and that is probably because I'm doing this. And you realize, because I do this at 5 and 6 o'clock, when I get up, my routine is A, B, C, D. That B that you're doing is helping you be in the reality that you're in, positive or negative, or whatever it is. But that's something that you do now, at the present, at that time, and you keep doing it repeatedly. So it's not a one-time thing, so it's your habit. So if you change your habits, identify and start changing your habits, make them easier, because it's your downhill kind of where you're supposed to be at, realize it, you start to get there. And you change your reality, you change your timeline, because you're moving to a different place, and it happens all the time. If somebody doesn't see you in 3 years, go, oh my God, you look, it's because you changed something over time, and now, wow, I can barely recognize you. Oh, you're doing this now? Oh, wow, who would have thought? When I was 10 years old, nobody thought this was gonna be me. Now, probably, oh, that kid's a troublemaker. He's gonna probably be in, this and that and the other, and this is gonna happen. They make all these predictions, but they don't know, because everybody can change your stars. But you got to work at it, identifying what you're doing now that's keeping you where you're at and want to go somewhere else. You have to identify it and work your way to get there. So if whatever you wish you can do to be today, or what was happening today, that's what you want to work toward. And there's a way to get there. You just gotta find the little steps that are gonna get you there. Whether it's studying, some other practice that there's always a how to. And you can YouTube it, and they'll tell you how to do it. You just gotta understand all the parts that go into it. So what that does is now you're gonna start changing your alignment and your focus. It's gonna mean you're gonna cut people out. You're gonna take losses. But that's okay. Some people that you're around aren't good for your growth now, and may never ever be. But when you're stronger and better, whatever, they may not be able to impact you much down the road than they are now. But you need to put yourself in a position where you gotta cheat. You gotta get people that help you get to where you need to be. Yeah, you have to cheat. You have to get devious in that way. It's like, hey, you're not helping me get where I gotta go. This person helped me where I gotta go. you're gonna make a choice. That choice is where you're being honest with yourself, keeping you where you're at, in a way. Um, and and it's not for like, it's not dramatic. Unfortunately, it takes your own work to change your habits and your alignments and that. Um, and you start by kind of like identifying it and saying it in simple terms. Um, I want to be a musician. You have to say a great musician. You're the perfect musician, not the best jazz musician. Just say, I want to be a musician. Well, how do you get there from here? What skills don't I have now that I need to get there? There's things I need to make habits of. Um, I got to get an instrument if I want to be a musician, right? Well, what's the instrument that I want to play? Is there a starter instrument that gets me to the instrument that I want? All that stuff plays, and then you just, all right, make your roadmap, and you start walking towards your goal. You walk into your new reality, your new timeline, your new prayer reality. But you have to kind of verbalize. And this is kind of where the quantum and the other stuff comes in. Because when you say things out, when you project your energy out, you know how you hit water, ripples out, and it hits something. You see it all the time, and it comes back. That's what they're talking about in that quantum reality timeline shift. That is actually a good way to think about it. When they say you need to say, because the sound, the vibration, your inner vibration, because now you're vibrating the air, your body, which is made out of water, so you're vibrating it into your inner biology. That gives you more strength. That helps you get into those habits. Those habits help you tune to what you're saying, and you vibrate that out. It comes back. So when it comes back, it reinforces what you're trying to do. You just got to get it going more often so that it becomes easier. So, like the first few steps are the hardest, is because you got to take all that noise, calm it down, shift it without new vibrations so that you can vibrate, change your frequency to what you want. It's biology, your habit to get you where you want to be. It should make some sort of connection. Because that's a good way to explain it. And it's actually, it does work that way. Because what you do to get where you want to be is how you get there. Even if they give it to you, you don't know what to do with it because you're still not tuned to it. And most people that when you give something to somebody they didn't earn, or they're not in tune with it, so they're going to do so much with it, and then you're like, I wasted my time giving that kid a bike, or I wasted that time giving that kid this, that, the other, or that other person this and that, because they just wasted it. It's because they don't know what to do with it, because they're not in vibration with their own biology to accept and utilize the gift. So you have to be careful when you have to kind of earn your own thing. Um, so when your habits get internalized, they get easier, and then you get to compound on them. So when one habit gets easier, you're not wasting all that energy doing that habit. That habit becomes automatic. There's things that when you do your first assessment of what you do, there's stuff you do without even thinking about it. You probably do it 5, 6 times a day. Let's just take smoking, for example. You're a smoker, you'll smoke a pack. Where did the pack go? I know this from my own experience. Now you hopefully you don't run out when the stores are closed or something like that. And then now you gotta go get yourself another pack. So that's how you know that you're out of smokes, is because you're out of smokes. Um, you don't even realize you smoked the whole one. I mean, you're like, man, I gotta stop giving away free cigarettes. especially with the prices today. Um, Now you can add more habits, more things that are going to help you change your timeline, your reality. So you get a muscle stronger. Now you can lift more. So you can do more to get you where you want to be. That should excite you because now you're getting like, wow, I'm getting better at this. Um, and you can track it. Um, for me, so one of the things that I did to change my timeline, reality, prayer, um, I just wanted to get healthy. That was my state. Be healthier. That's simple. Not the healthiest, not, free of disease or anything. I just wanted to be healthier than I am now. So what I did to do that is quit drinking, quit smoking. Those two. Um, the measurement that was critical that I was succeeding, sleep. If you drink and you smoke on a regular basis, your sleep is jacked. And especially if you've been doing it for a while. You don't sleep well. Your sleep is chaotic. You're tired during the day. That's why you keep smoking and you keep that habit that's easier to do. You just keep doing it. Sleep, easy. I can do what I'm going to do. When I'm going to bed, I would fall asleep. I wouldn't be up 4 hours trying to go to sleep. It's crazy. Um, so those are things that you can measure in real time that you know that you're getting where you want to be. And of course, I can breathe better. My skin is better. My hair is better. Um, I don't have troubles walking up and down steps. So I can do more physical activity. All those things help me get healthier. I did other activities that help me get healthier. Um, More workouts, which is different from the quitting the smoking and drinking. So now I'm working out. Now I'm walking. Now I'm doing this. Now I'm doing that, which is all helped me get healthier. Doing joining different activities, eating better. Um, so you can track that, and that's gonna help motivate you. And then you're just gonna add. So like I added all those extra things for the one thing to be healthier, the other things to be healthier. Now, um, so when I got hurt, I was better prepared because I was healthier. So the injury didn't impact me as much as I know that it would have if I was a drinker and a smoker. Um, Not that I got the blood clot is still the same thing. But if I was not as healthy as I was like before. When I was not healthy at all. I would probably be in a dire. I'd probably be in a hospital right now. 100% getting looked. I probably wouldn't have survived COVID as well as I did. Because I went through COVID without really a hitch. So things like that are the proof of how I changed my reality, kind of like what I asked for. I didn't ask for money. I didn't ask for fame and stuff. Did all that happen? Yeah. I wasn't spending money on booze and cigarettes, so I gave myself a raise. I had more money. I was able to do other things. I was able to go for other opportunities. Um, I was able to get more wealth, and I improved my reality a lot by the measure of how you look and being honest with yourself. It's like, yeah, every little victory celebrated, even how small it is. Am I in a good spot? Yes. If something happens now in the future, yeah, I did a good job, man. I knocked it out the park as far as I'm concerned. I gotta improve, gotta get healthier. So this is pretty much the secret. Um, so if you wanna get all that other stuff, make a plan and do it. You'll get there. And all the and you'll get to realize your wealth and your riches are gonna be up to you to decide. And like I said, I am very, very in a position to do all this stuff because I learned how to do this video stuff. I learned how to do social media. So that's how I can make the video. So this is the way it is. This is how you change your timeline. This is what it means to pray your what you want to God, to existence. It's all put together. Quantum, matrix, all that stuff. We're in the program. You're the programmer. You program it through your body, your habits, calm your energy, project your energy out, and that positive energy will come back to you. You just need to practice a little bit of observation to make it happen. Work at it. It works.